If you're a music lover, then you need to understand chord progressions. Music, it's all around us, from jingles to epic soundtracks. Music makes us feel things. But how does it work? The answer lies in chord progressions. Think of chord progressions as the building blocks of music, guiding the melody and giving a song its structure. A chord is 3 or more notes played together to create harmony. Chord progressions add movement, emotion, and excitement to music. In music theory, countless chord progressions exist, but the 1-4-5 progression stands out. This simple combination of chords is used in countless hit songs across genres. Its simplicity, versatility, and emotional depth resonate deeply with listeners. From Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Good to Journey's Don't Stop Believin', the 1-4-5 progression connects across generations. Next, we'll explore the magic of the 1-4-5 progression. Let's zoom in on the 1-4-5 progression. In music theory, each note in a scale gets a number. The 1-4-5 progression uses chords built on the 1st, 4th, and 5th steps of the major scale. The I chord is home base, the IV chord adds spice, and the V chord builds tension. These chords work together to create a musical journey. To understand the magic, we need to break down each chord. The I chord, or tonic chord, is the foundation of the 1-4-5 progression. Built on the 1st step of the major scale, it feels stable and resolved. Like coming home, in C major, the I chord is C major, creating a sense of balance and stability. The IV chord adds adventure and movement. Built on the 4th degree of the major scale, it creates subtle tension and a desire to resolve back to the I chord. In C major, the IV chord is F major, adding depth and intrigue to the musical story. The V chord, or dominant chord, is the climax of the 1-4-5 progression. Built on the 5th degree of the major scale, it creates excitement and anticipation. In C major, the V chord is G major, building tension that resolves back to the I chord. After the excitement of the V chord, returning to the I chord feels even sweeter. The tension built up with the IV and V chords relaxes, creating a satisfying resolution. This journey of tension and resolution gives the 1-4-5 progression its timeless appeal. Let's hear the 1-4-5 progression in action. Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Good and Journey's Don't Stop Believin' showcase its power. The progression appears in countless genres, from blues to pop. Even with the same formula, it can sound drastically different depending on the instrumentation and rhythm. The 1-4-5 progression is a versatile canvas for musicians to create their own unique sounds. The 1-4-5 progression taps into the science of sound. Music follows patterns and mathematical relationships that our brains find pleasing. The intervals between the chords create harmonic ratios that resonate with our ears. This inherent consonance and strategic tension and release create a satisfying sonic experience. The 1-4-5 progression is a starting point for creativity. Adding a minor chord or experimenting with rhythms can transform the progression. Changing the order of the chords creates different energies and harmonic journeys. Use the 1-4-5 progression as a springboard for endless sonic possibilities. Section 3, unlocking your inner Mozart experimentation is key. So you've got the basics of the 1-4-5 progression down. You understand the theory, the science, the sheer power behind this musical magic formula. But now what? Well, it's time to put that knowledge into practice, to unlock your inner Mozart, or Beethoven, or Beyoncé, whoever floats your musical boat. The best way to internalize the 1-4-5 progression is to get your hands dirty, to experiment and explore its possibilities firsthand. Grab your instrument of choice, guitar, piano, ukulele, even a trusty old kazoo if that's your jam. and start jamming. Begin by playing the basic progression in different keys, getting a feel for how it sounds in different sonic environments. Then get creative. Try adding your own melodies over the chords, experimenting with different rhythms and grooves. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how we learn and grow as musicians. Record yourself playing, listen back and see what you can improve. Share your creations with friends, family, or even the vast expanse of the internet. The more you play with the 1-4-5 progression, the more it will become second nature, a tool in your musical arsenal that you can wield with confidence and creativity. Remember, music is a journey, not a destination. The 1-4-5 progression is just one step on that journey, but it's a powerful one. So embrace the journey, explore the possibilities, and most importantly, have fun. Section 1, From Theory to Practice, Training Your Musical Ear. Okay, so we've dissected the 1-4-5 chord progression. We know its secrets, its power, its ability to make even the most rhythmically challenged among us tap their feet. But there's a difference between understanding the theory and truly internalizing it. That's where ear training comes in. Think of your ears as muscles. The more you exercise them, the stronger they get. Start by actively listening to music you love. Instead of just letting the sound wash over you, really focus on the chord changes. Can you hear the movement from the 1 chord to the 4 chord, that little lift of anticipation? How about the surge of energy when the 5 chord hits that pull towards resolution? Try to identify the 1-4-5 progression in different songs. You'll be amazed how many times this little musical chameleon shows up in unexpected places. Don't just stick to one genre either. From the bluesy riffs of rock and roll to the catchy hooks of pop songs, the 1-4-5 progression knows no bounds. As you become more familiar with the sound, you'll start to hear it everywhere, like a secret code whispering musical secrets in your ear. There are also tons of online tools and apps designed specifically for ear training. These can help you identify chords, intervals, and progressions, turning your listening sessions into interactive learning experiences. Remember, the more you train your ear, the better you'll become at recognizing and utilizing the 1-4-5 progression in your own musical endeavors. Section 2. Building your repertoire 1-4-5 in every key. Mastering the 1-4-5 progression isn't about staying stuck in one musical key. It's like learning a new language. Once you know the grammar, you can start forming sentences in different tenses and contexts. In music, that means being able to play the 1-4-5 progression in all 12 keys. Now, before you panic, it's not as daunting as it sounds. The beauty of music theory is that it provides a framework, a set of rules that apply across the board. Once you understand how the 1-4-5 progression works in one key, you can easily transpose it to any other key. It's just a matter of shifting the starting point, moving the whole pattern up or down the musical ladder. Start by mastering the 1-4-5 progression in C major, as it uses all natural notes and is considered the most beginner-friendly key. Once you're comfortable there, move on to G major, then D major, and so on. Work your way around the circle of fifths, a handy tool that shows the relationship between different keys. As you practice in different keys, you'll start to develop a deeper understanding of how the 1-4-5 progression functions in different musical environments. This will not only make you a more versatile musician, but it will also open up a world of creative possibilities for your own songwriting and improvisation. Imagine being able to effortlessly switch keys in the middle of a song, adding a new dimension of emotion and excitement to your music. That's the power of mastering the 1-4-5 progression in all its glory. Section 3. Compose your own hits, unleashing your inner songwriter. Now for the really exciting part, using the 1-4-5 progression to write your own music. You've got the theory, you've trained your ear, you can practically play the progression in your sleep. It's time to unleash your inner songwriter and create something truly unique. Remember, the 1-4-5 progression is a tool, a building block. It's up to you to decide how to use it, how to shape it into something that reflects your own musical voice. Don't be afraid to break the rules, to experiment with different rhythms, tempos, and instrumentation. Add a bridge, throw in a key change, layer on some vocal harmonies. The possibilities are endless. Start with a simple melody over the basic 1-4-5 progression. Hum it, sing it, play it on your instrument, whatever feels most natural. Once you have a melodic foundation, you can start fleshing out the arrangement, adding layers of instrumentation and texture. Don't be afraid to experiment with different genres and styles. The 1-4-5 progression is incredibly versatile, lending itself to everything from blues and rock to pop and country. Listen to your favorite artists, analyze how they use the 1-4-5 progression in their own music, and see if you can incorporate some of those elements into your own writing. Most importantly, have fun with it. Songwriting should be an enjoyable process of discovery and self-expression. Embrace the journey, let your creativity run wild, and who knows, you might just write the next big hit. Section 1. The journey begins, a foundation for exploration. So there you have it. We've journeyed deep into the heart of the 1-4-5 chord progression, exploring its history, its anatomy, and its undeniable power to move us. We've broken down its individual components, from the grounding stability of the 1 chord to the yearning anticipation of the 4 chord, culminating in the exhilarating climax of the 5 chord and the satisfying resolution back home to 1. We've seen how this simple formula, this musical magic trick, has woven its way into countless hit songs across genres and generations, captivating listeners with its infectious energy and emotional depth. But remember, this is just the beginning of your musical adventure. The 1-4-5 progression is more than just a formula. It's a gateway, a springboard into the vast and endlessly fascinating world of music theory and songwriting. It's a foundation upon which you can build your own musical castles, experimenting with variations, rhythms, and styles to create something truly unique and expressive. Think of the 1-4-5 progression as your trusty sidekick, your musical companion, always there to provide a solid foundation as you explore the uncharted territories of your own creativity. Don't be afraid to push the boundaries, to bend the rules, to make this progression your own. Section 2. Music, a universal language waiting to be spoken. The beauty of music is that it transcends language, culture, and even time itself. It's a universal language that speaks to something deep within our shared human experience, connecting us through shared emotions and experiences. And the 1-4-5 chord progression, in all its simplicity and elegance, is a testament to this universality. From the bluesy laments of the Mississippi Delta to the anthemic rock ballads of arena stages, this progression has found its way into the hearts and minds of people all over the world, proving that sometimes the most powerful expressions are rooted in the most fundamental elements. So whether you're a seasoned musician or just starting out on your musical journey, remember that you have access to this incredible tool, this sonic building block that has the power to evoke joy, sorrow, excitement, and everything in between. Embrace the power of the 1-4-5 progression, not as a limitation, but as a source of infinite creative possibility. Let the music wash over you, guide your fingers, and speak the language of your soul. Experiment, explore, and never stop learning. The world of music is vast and ever-evolving, and the 1-4-5 progression is your passport to explore its hidden wonders. Section 3. Beyond the 1-4-5, a world of sonic adventures. As you continue your musical journey, don't be afraid to venture beyond the familiar comfort of the 1-4-5 progression. The world of music is brimming with an endless array of chords, progressions, and sonic textures just waiting to be discovered. Dive into the world of minor chords. Explore the complexities of 7th and 9th chords and unlock the secrets of modal harmony. Seek out new genres, study different musical traditions, and immerse yourself in the sounds of different cultures. Listen to jazz, classical, funk, soul, electronic music. Expand your sonic palette and allow yourself to be influenced by the vast spectrum of musical expression that exists in the world. The more you expose yourself to different styles and techniques, the more you'll enrich your own musical vocabulary and develop your own unique voice as a musician. Remember, music is a journey of lifelong learning and exploration. The 1-4-5 chord progression is a fantastic starting point, but it's just one step on a path that leads to infinite creative possibilities. So, keep your ears open, your mind curious, and your heart filled with the joy of music. The world is your orchestra, and you, my friend, are the conductor. Now go out there and make some beautiful music. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more musical adventures.